JOATD back with another one.
Alright guys, so this is the rebuild of the Honda GCV190. Okay guys, so we had to get a new exhaust valve. This is the new one. Here's the paper. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is we're going to take the new exhaust valve and we're going to put it in from the bottom down here. Take it and lube it up. All right. Okay, so you can see one valve is in, but one is missing. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put that valve in that hole right there. All right. All right, so now you're gonna go ahead and push it all the way through. Push it in until it's flat. You're gonna go ahead and put your ring on, or your spring. Put your spring on here. And then this is the top piece that goes on. What you're gonna do is slide the head of that valve right there through the big hole and then slide it over. That locks it down. Now I'm gonna hold it from the back side and I'm gonna push down. Just like that. All right, so this right here is the piston. What you wanna do is you wanna lube this up. Okay, so we're gonna lube this up first. So we're gonna lube it up. All right, now this piston goes in the motor this way with this longer side here facing this air box. Okay, so it goes in like this. Now before you put this in, these rings, you have 4 rings. You have 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. What you want to do is, these rings have openings, like right here. See that opening right there? What you want to do is make sure that none of the openings are facing this rod right here, okay? Because if you have them like this, say if you turn it, and it's facing, that gap is facing this rod, you're gonna have an oil leak. So you don't want that. So you want to move it over. Move it over just like that at an angle. See how I got it? It's not facing it. And then the bottom side, the second one, see how that's on the wrong, it's facing it. You want to move that one too. So move that one over too. Move it over just like that. See how it's not facing it. Now the bottom ones have to be exactly the same way. So see right here, that bottom gap is not facing it. As long as it's not facing it, it's okay. All right, on the other side, let's see. Okay, there's the top one, the top small one. See, it's not facing this. So as long as they're not facing this, and they're not facing each other either. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and put this into the motor. You're gonna put it down first, right? Put it down first. And then while you're putting it down, you're gonna have to squeeze the rings together. So from up here. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in. What you do is you squeeze them together. Squeeze them together, all of them. Squeeze them together. Just keep squeezing. See that? See how I got that in there? And then you're gonna push this all the way in. Just kind of wiggling it back and forth until you can get it all the way in there. Okay, So we got that in. All right guys, so the next step is to put the crankshaft into the motor. Now we're going to lube this crankshaft up. Be careful and don't get cut. Okay, get everything lubed up real good. Now this side right here goes down into the motor. If you look on it, it has a arrow that's pointing down telling you that this part goes down. All right, so let's go to the motor. You put it down and you make sure that this arrow right here is pointing towards the airbox. So you put it all the way down in there, right? So now you turn it back this way. Turn it back this way, and then take this and push it over until you get it to line up. It'll line up. Just push it. Just push this over, just like that, and it's in there. Okay. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna put this on. This dipstick part goes towards the airbox also. So once you got it lined up, you get your 2 bolts, you slide this in just like that, and then put your screws in. Like that. Then you're gonna put your other one in here. And tighten this one up too. Just like that. Now you're gonna tighten these down about 10 Newton meters. That's about hand tight. So that's hand tight. Alright, find your gear that looks like this. Okay, this little key part here, it goes right there. Alright, this shaft has to be pointing the right way. Okay, this little key part should be pointing straight out, and then if you come around on this side, this key part right here, it should be pointing straight towards the valves. Okay, all right. So first thing you're gonna do is put this gear back on. Make sure you put the key in the hole. Okay, then you're gonna take your belt. Doesn't matter which way it goes on, just put the belt on. You squeeze it, slide it through this hole, and put it on the top gear, not this bottom one. Top gear, right? Then you're gonna get your little washer, and the washer goes this way. So the rounded part goes towards the belt, this rounded part. See how it's kind of, and this part goes up. Just slide it over it, just like that. All right. Now on this side over here, you got your belt hanging out the back. You're gonna take this gear, this part up. See these lines right here, a line here and a line here. All right, it goes in this way. These lines have to line up with this right here. So we're gonna slide it up under it. Well, no, we're gonna go over top. We're gonna go over top of the belt like this, slide it over, just like that. Okay, now if you look up here on the top, you can see these lines right here. It's a line here and it's a line here. They need to be just like I got it, straight with this. And what you're gonna do is slide the belt on underneath. Okay, just like that. Then you're gonna take this and slide it right down the middle of it. to hold it in there. Just like that. Push it all the way down. Alright, so now everything's on. Now we're going to put the rockers on. I have these two rockers right here. They go on just like this. See how I got them? I'm holding them. The slanted part, they go towards each other. So we're going to slide one in, just like that. Slide the other one in, just like that. Now, these pins go this way, not down. Okay, so we're going to put the pins in underneath, just like that. Put a pin underneath, just like that. Okay, so all of that's good too. All right, guys, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the sealant around the valve cover. Okay, so we're just going to go make sure you go around those. Alright, so now that we got all the sealing on it, we're going to go ahead and put it on. It goes on with the Honda sign upside down. Okay, this little key right here, the flat part needs to be facing you, because when you put this on, it's going to butt up against that. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and put it on. Try to put it on as flat as you possibly can. Just like that. Put your 10mm screws in. Put one here and then do it in a star pattern. Put one down here at the bottom. One up here. And one down here. Just like that. Give it a little twist. One up here. Over here. Just like that. And this one. Just like that. Alright. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and put the sealant around the motor. Make sure when you do it, you go across and then you go around the screws, around the screws, around the holes, around the screws, okay? we're gonna do, slide the bottom on. Make sure you line the pins up. Get it lined up. Now once you get it on, you're gonna have to rock it down. Just rock it, and it'll eventually go down. Okay, just like that. Just like that. So you're gonna go ahead and put these 8 10mm screws back into the motor case. I'm gonna start down here at the bottom. Put one there, and we're gonna go in the star pattern. I'll put one right here. I'll put one over here. Okay. I'm gonna put one down here. And put one over here. I'll put one down in here. And one over here. And then the last one goes over here on this side. Alright. All 8 of those bolts need to be torqued down to 12 Newton meters. Alright. Alright guys, so this part right here, you're just gonna pull up right here. I never took it off, so I'm gonna slide that down. Alright, just like that. Just make sure it works. Alright, so this right here goes in here, goes from the back side. Just like this. I'll slide this over. Guess you can do it with it off. Turn it sideways like this. Let me see if I can get this all the way through first. Just like that. You want it flat like that. And we can just push it back on. Like that. Put the nut on. Just like this. Turn this nut on here. It's a 10mm. Just like that. I'm gonna tighten it up. Just like that, so it don't come loose. So it's on there good. Just give it a good snug. That's good. Alright guys, so we're gonna put the flywheel on. Now it has a key. It has a keyhole on it. So it's gonna line up on this where that key is on the back side. So if you come around here on this side, see that key? I'm gonna put some oil on this first. So we're gonna go ahead and put this flywheel on. We oiled it up. Just like that. Take a hammer and kind of just knock it down a little bit. Make sure that's flat. Okay, we got that on. Now when I first took the Flywheel off, I marked it with a yellow paint marker and the fan with a yellow paint marker, so that I'll know exactly how it went back on there. See how it lined up? Alright, so now we're going to take this bolt and we're going to bolt it down. Put the nut on. I'm going to use the impact to tighten it down. That should be good. Alright, so you're going to put this wire right here. Right here. Make sure you connect this. Alright, it's tight, got that on. Alright, now we're going to put the cover on. Cover goes on this way. Just like that. So we got the cover on. You're going to put your string pull on. Just like that. Yeah, just like that. Alright. See if it goes. Yeah, that's the way that it goes, just like that. Alright, now you put your 10 millimeters on. One right here. Just like that. And one back here. Okay. Go ahead and tighten those down. You don't have to tighten these too tight. Just like that. Alright, so we got that down. Now we're going to go on the other side and connect everything. Alright, you're going to go ahead and put your spring on. It goes right here. And the other one goes. Pull it in. Just like that. That's where the spring goes. And then go ahead and put your hose on for your gas right here. Push it all the way on. Just like that. And then put your clamp on, slide your clamp up all the way. I'm just gonna tighten this. Try to get this on. Just like that. Alright, so we got that on. Alright guys, so we got everything put back together. I know I didn't show you how to put the motor and the water pump together, but it's kind of like common sense. Just remember that the hose part comes out the front. Just like that. And that's it. All we got to do is wait until tomorrow to let the sealant harden and put some oil in it.